Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode number 1195. That's right, episode number 1195 of Navigating the Modern World with Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live today from Red Morton Park because time is of the essence. The sun is already setting. This is day 27 of the GNA Positivity Challenge. And today, I'm going to be asking you, how was your Thanksgiving? And a whole lot more on this show than just that. But how was your Thanksgiving and more? Hey, babe, how are you doing? This spot probably looks very familiar, huh, babe? It's a very, very familiar spot. We look at this spot right here. Now we've got a car coming. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. I hope you've all had a great day, and I hope you all enjoyed Thanksgiving yesterday. Oh, yeah. It traumatized me. Yeah. Oh, GLM, how are you doing? I saw your Thanksgiving dinner posted on your community wall. It's 50 degrees. It's cold. My gloves are on, babe. My gloves are on. It's probably going to get down to like 47 or so, 48, 47 by the time I'm done. I've got one layer underneath, my sweats on and my gloves on. And if it starts to get colder, we're going to be triple layering up. That's what I'm trying to say, triple layering up. Baby, it's cold outside. Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving, GLM? How was it? Tagged for clout. Yeah, your old name. Yeah, that's what these people do. They spam tag people. They massively spam tag. That's why Don and I have turned off tagging on YouTube for like the last 6+ months, and we don't know if we're ever going to turn it back on again. Maybe down the road, but the abuse of tagging by certain people that are just trying to, ride your name and defame your name for content and relevancy and dollars, defamation for dollars out here on YouTube. It's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? But yeah, Don and I, we spent Thanksgiving Day with her family, and it was a really nice time. I got to spend some more time with Don's brothers and Don's mother and father. And Don's father is a really, really decent guy, and him and I always talk politics, but we do it respectfully, Don's dad is like right down the middle, kind of like, Don and I are. He's down the middle. He just wants what's best for everyone, and that's the way it should be, right? That's the way it should be. We shouldn't be fighting left versus right, and then even doing dumb things through our government, just for attention. We were talking about, Trump and how he's a master of marketing. He is. Donald J. Trump is a master marketer. Because a lot of the things he does, even as the president, are just for theatrics. Just like some people do out here on YouTube for theatrics, right? At the end of the day, you shouldn't really listen to what people say. You should look at their actions, right? Do their actions match their words, right? And in this day and age of social media, where people are just, it's just, I hate to say it, but this is what's happening in my opinion. People are slandering people for content. They're slandering people for content because it's what sells to pretty much half the audience on YouTube, or pretty much half the audience on the internet, because these people that enjoy this type of content are struggling internally. Primarily, they don't love themselves, and so they need to come out on the internet, including places out here on YouTube, and follow other creators that bash and defame and just harm people on purpose, because it's a pure projection of how they feel about themselves, and they feel that if they can attack people that they perceive to be in a better place than them, or are better people than they are, and then make money while doing it, they feel like they're winning, right? It makes them feel like they're important. It makes them feel like they have a purpose. And I've always said this is a false sense of purpose, right? Oh, the fire truck. Fire truck is leaving the fire station. Man, it is cold. It is absolutely cold. It feels colder than 50. It feels like 45 or 44. Good evening, Eli and chat. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, welcome back. I still forgot to unban the Gordo other account. I've got to do that. I got to do that tonight. So I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Dawn and I drove. It was about a 3-hour and 15-minute drive. It was a little bit longer to get there. There wasn't a lot of traffic, but there was maybe a little bit of traffic on the way there, like 15, 20 minutes worth, not bad. On the way back, 3-hour and 10-minute drive. Not too bad. And no, we were not at Dawn's parents' place, so contrary to popular belief by some people out here on YouTube that have been obsessively following the GNA over here, and myself and Don and our whole story. Contrary to that popular belief in their neck of the woods, that's not where we were at. Don and I are getting better at not disclosing everywhere we go, or doing a driving with purpose stream. There's a huge family all clumped together going the same direction I'm going. Yeah, hey Gordo, sorry man, I forgot to, I'll unblock you. I'll get it done eventually, and I'll let you know when it's done. Sorry about that. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. I'm just going to come over here because these people are going this way. And then just like turn around. Whew, it is cold as hell, man. Wow. Well, hell isn't cold, supposedly, right? But yeah. So we had a great time, and it was a great dinner. The food was phenomenal, and I'll say, it's not that I didn't feel this way before, but I'm really starting to really feel like I'm a part of Don's family. And what's really incredible is that I think Don's family is really beginning to see my intentions all along have always been to just protect Don. And, mad respect to her mother and her father. I know in the past I've said some pretty nasty things about her family and all that, and it wasn't that I wanted to do that. All I ever cared about was protecting Don at any expense, right? And I think that's what parents of a daughter want is someone that truly cares about their daughter and will protect her at any expense, including when it involves family that, you know, if I ever feel family is harmful, I'll call it out in my own family, you know? It's like harm is harm. Doesn't matter who causes it. If family causes harm, then they need to be called out too, right? But no, it was great. It was a nice drive out there, and God, there were a lot of CHP out there. CHP is California Highway Patrol. If you folks used to watch the show Chips, it's based off of the Southern California Highway Patrol. I saw so many CHP, especially on Interstate 5, which is a main north-south interstate highway with a 70 zone, and people go like 100. I pretty much kept it close to 70 most of the time. I saw Highway Patrol like hiding in the dark, and I'll use on the freeway like that. I'll use even fog lamps because you can even see cars hiding on the side of the road. I saw the CHP like an eighth of a mile up ahead, hiding in the dark, probably with a radar gun, waiting for someone to pass by like at 100 plus miles an hour. Because Interstate 5 it's straight. It's 2 lanes on each side through the valley and stuff, and it's just straight. And you can literally safely do like 120 plus on there. But then you'll get a ticket. Now, I mean, that's really fast. You shouldn't be driving that fast. I'm just saying it's a really safe freeway or interstate highway. And so, and I already know they're out there, especially on a holiday, you know. You got to be real careful, you know. You don't want to get popped with a speeding ticket. But, yeah, nice drive there, nice drive back. You know, we timed our bathroom breaks and stuff. You know, Don and I know all of California. We know the roads. We know, where the stops are at. We know that there's like an hour in between each stop where there's nothing. So, we time it out. And it was just really smooth, huh, babe? If you're still around. It was just really smooth, It's just a really, really smooth into the day. The day was just smooth. It was nice to take a day off of YouTube. Now, everyone knows I love YouTube. I love doing what I do out here. Don and I love that, right? We both do out here. But it was nice to take the day off. No driving with purpose. Stream from the road. Had some great conversations with my lady on the way there and on the way back. Great conversations while at the event with Don's family. Yeah, it was great weather. Yeah, it was a little bit warmer than it is today. It's cold today, baby. It is cold. You should try driving the Autobahn. Some of them don't have limits. No, the Autobahn in Germany, right? There are parts of it that have no speed limit, yeah. Like the inside lane. That is true. So that is that. Now, if you folks want to share how your Thanksgiving went, let us know in the chat. You should try driving the Autobahn. Some of them don't have. Oh yeah, that's right. I already read that. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Gordo. My dad was in Germany for a while for his schooling. My dad was going to become a doctor, but he went a different route. His family ran out of money, and he couldn't finish his schooling with about a year and a half left, and the credits could not be transferred out here in the U.S., unfortunately. So it is what it is. My dad still, had a very successful career in car sales and car dealership ownership, and then the last 20 plus years of his life, he was a very successful realtor here in San Mateo County. And so, He was going to become a doctor, but hey, things happened. The war happened, and family ran out of money, and it just is what it is. People today don't realize how much easier we have it than our parents or even grandparents did, right? And you shouldn't take anything for granted. Vienna, Austria. That's right, babe. Vienna, Austria. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Oktoberfest is based off of, huh, baby? You and I went to Oktoberfest almost a couple months ago here in Redwood City. We have Oktoberfest every year, right? Yeah, it was in Vienna, Austria. Where they speak German there. Anyway, so yeah, share your stories in the chat if you'd like. I'll get to them along the way. For the rest of the show, I'm just going to be sharing my thoughts regarding a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I don't really have any updates regarding the Circuit Civil court case that I'm involved in. I've sued someone out here on YouTube. I'm the plaintiff. He's the defendant. Gordo, I've changed the format on my channel. Instead of 2 videos a week, doing 1 a week, but longer videos going from 10 to 15 minutes to 30 minutes, full on deep dives. That's great, man. Good for you, man. And hey, I just keep building it up. That's what I've done. Just keep building it up. So, how you doing? Just keep building it up. Yeah, we had the Redwood City Police parked right in that little area there. Keeping an eye on the park. It is today's Black Friday. Some of the best deals you're going to get all year round, especially online. Happened today. I already ordered my Black Friday stuff earlier on in the week. All the sales typically start the week of Black Friday and go through Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday's another big day. Keep an eye on that. I pretty much got everything that I needed, or that Don and I needed, or even if we had some back stock, like we like to keep stock of the dog food because we get the higher end dog food for our dogs. A Taste of the Wild. It's like around $60 for a 28-pound bag. So when that's like 20% off, then we end up getting it at that price, and then we just stock it up. The last short, which was a trailer for the next video, has had over 800 views and gained supporters from it. That's good. Good. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. That's really, really great to hear. So I don't have really many updates or any updates. I mean, it's courts and schools and government agencies are typically closed on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. They're closed on Thanksgiving. They're closed the next day on Black Friday, and then you have the weekend where they're closed all the time. So, there's really nothing to add to what's been going on regarding the stuff I talked about previously before taking the day off yesterday. As soon as something pops up, I'll let you folks know. Monday, Tuesday next week, we'll see what happens. What I do want to talk about briefly here is, some of the reaction from people that have been a part of the defendants, uh, strange group of people, let's just call it that, strange group of people out here on YouTube. There are some people that have gone back and forth from supporting him, or they've just decided to not support him anymore, but they still create like sock account channels, or they're like real channels, but they keep shutting down these real channels they create. Like they'll keep a channel up for 6 months or a year, then they'll shut it down, then they'll start a new one and start talking again. There's this one guy, it's not his real name, but he goes by MJ on YouTube. MJ, I know you're watching me because you're invested in the story, right? And it's quite it's quite comical, Yeah, I'll subscribe to certain channels out of curiosity to see what's going on, right? And I got recommended a video from MJ yesterday while while I was at Thanksgiving dinner, or the Thanksgiving dinner event with Don's family. And sure, we all look at our phones, and I wasn't watching this video or anything while we were there, but on the way back, I put it through, I got the Apple CarPlay going on there with the navigation on the screen, the infotainment system, and then, the YouTube video plays in the background. And all that matters is, hearing what's being said. And MJ, I mean, you had a whole lot to say, and I'm not surprised. And quite frankly, you're a big fan. The truth of the matter is, MJ, is that you keep on, saying that, I'm never going to grow, and me not growing has nothing to do with the guy I've sued and this and that. Oh, let me ask you, MJ, how many times do you have to say the same thing over and over and over again before making your point? Right? You have made your point along with everyone else in that group, but you folks continue to recycle and repeat the same point over and over and over again. Is that because you don't have anything else to talk about? I got many things to talk about, right? And I can certainly talk about your behaviors and analyze your behavior because, that's what I do here. That's how I help people. I analyze behavioral patterns and situations. And I help people better learn to identify when people behave in certain ways so they can avoid people like that are just going to be a waste of time, right? Right? And avoid the conflict and all that, right? But at the end of the day, MJ, here's the thing. You're a fan because you continue to watch me. You say you don't watch me, and then you say you watch me, and then you comment on me. That's your right to do so. It's your absolute First Amendment protected speech right to do so. And I'm not mad at all about what you said, right? You're entitled to your opinions, thinking that, my level of success isn't where it should be because of reasons outside of the person that I'm suing. I firmly believe otherwise. You're entitled to believe that. In actuality, I think you know the truth. I just think you have nothing better to talk about. And you're emotionally invested in this for like what? 8 years now? And you want to have your say. Okay, great. Have your say, no problem. But if you're going to have your say and try to kick me down like, you don't like my content or my content's no good and that's why I'm not growing, why do you keep watching? Do you keep watching because you think it's a shit show? You're a big fan, MJ. you're invested in my story of over 8 years, and you're actually very curious to see how this is all going to pan out in court, right? Because, human nature pretty much only goes out of their way for things that they're interested in or curious about. You're curious about what's going on, whether you love me or not, whether you say you don't watch me or you think my content is garbage. Regardless, you're focused in on this story. You're curious, and I guarantee you're going to actually respond to this. Nothing's a guarantee, but more than likely, I bet you're going to, if I had to be a betting man, you're going to respond to this, because your emotions are not going to be able to contain you from not responding, right? You see, this is the funny aspect, MJ, that you and many others in this group don't realize. You are all extremely emotionally reactive to every little thing, right? Put a 1 in the chat, babe, or anyone else that's here. This entire group, led by the guy that I'm suing, is extremely emotionally reactive. And so when you respond to their bullshit by correcting the record with the truth, they overreact emotionally to everything, because they want to continue to try to spin me as some kind of, harmful type of person. In many ways, I'm not going to get into everything they've done. That's not necessary. I've done that plenty of times in the past already, right? So here's the thing, MJ. You're no different than the defendant or anyone else in that group that is extremely emotionally overreactive, right? So what do you think my game plan involves? My game plan involves to just responding when I feel like it, when I feel it's warranted, correcting the record with the truth, which I know is going to get you folks to emotionally overreact. Am I trying to get you to intentionally overreact? No, I just know you folks emotionally overreact to the truth or being corrected on your lies. So, if you folks want to stop the madness of emotionally overreacting to everything that I correct, that you folks are putting out there as being true when it's false, then just stop engaging and move on to bigger and better things, right? Take the advice that you're giving me and actually do it for yourself. I'm a real YouTuber. I have a real business. I'm an LLC. It doesn't matter what you think or what others think. Doesn't matter what you think or what others think. It matters what the truth is. And it matters how we handle them here. What should matter for you, MJ, and others in your position that want to criticize my content all the time, yet you follow me like stalkers do, right? Then my advice is, how about just turn the channel? How about you just become a part of ignoring the situation? Now, I'm not asking you to ignore it. If you want to continue consuming my content, if you're curious about the court updates, if you're curious about what's going on over here, then that's fine. But how about you approach it in the way you actually feel, not trying to give some backhanded slap to try to make it appear like I'm doing something wrong, right? Right? Because in your eyes, MJ, I can do no right. It doesn't matter how right I would do anything. In your eyes, you even saying I'm doing anything right, even though I am, doesn't make you look good in front of others and probably within yourself, right? I think you're probably struggling a little bit internally. MJ, and this is your outlet. You've made it your outlet, which, hey, that's cool. Like I've told the other guy from Louisiana that trolls here all the time, right? If you want to make this your outlet because it helps you blow off steam and makes you feel better about yourself, then that's fine. Then that's fine. Then understand that I'm actually helping all you folks. And I'm actually doing the complete exact opposite of what you're putting out there, of what you're projecting, right? And what you're projecting is how you see yourself. It's a self-reflection. It's basically how you see yourself. If you look at a mirror, it's basically how you see yourself by what you're putting out to others like me, which is the complete opposite. You all watch me because you love what I do. And, for whatever reason, maybe you're partially entertained by me. Maybe, I'm being truthful. And I've got something good here, and you're trying to destroy me from building this to a greater level. And that's not going to happen. That's why we're in court, right? Looks like there's some fog coming in. Like, let me show you folks. Over here. Let's come over here. I don't know if that's just a glare, but I think that's a little bit of fog. It was a little bit foggy on the way back, coming over the pass. Yesterday, we go through a pass called Pacheco Pass Road, and it basically goes from the Central Valley to the Hollister-Gilroy area where Don used to live, and then from there, it's like another, just a little under an hour to get back to Redwood City home, where we live. Now, like Don and I, even though it's not right what the trolls are doing, and a lot of them are spreading defamation, that's not right. We're not okay with that. But the people that are just, saying like snarky little insulting remarks, which are protected by your First Amendment rights, we're actually laughing at you. We're actually basically embracing the fact that you're giving us that much of your time and attention, right? And we've just decided that, hey, we can integrate you into our content and show people how we're actually helping the trolls learn to better love themselves and learn to understand that what they put out is a direct reflection of how they see themselves. Don't get censored on the paranormal channel. Huh. Yeah, I don't even know what that word is or what it means. There's somebody in there. I don't know, babe. If you feel we should ban that last account there, go ahead and just ban them. I don't even know what that means. Hey, Tia, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you for taking care of that. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving yesterday. Don and I absolutely did. I'll tell you, my hands are nice and warm now, having the gloves on, and I'm walking around, so my whole body's warming up. It's probably like 49, 48 degrees right now. Hi everyone. Hey Tia, how you doing? Hope your day is going well. Hope your Thanksgiving was fantastic. But yeah, you know, if you want to continue making videos, I mean, MJ, I don't go out of my way to watch your videos, but if I get recommended one and you have something in your title that makes me feel you're talking about me, I'll listen to it, if I have time, and if it makes sense to incorporate it into my content, then I'll do that. That's what I did, right? Here's the funny thing, Mr. Troll. There is no restream because the main person that I'm suing is actually streaming right now, and that woman would not be doing any restream, even unlisted, at that time to take away his and her combined viewers in that same group of people, right? So, I mean, we'll just correct the record and just show the world that you're not even paying attention to the whole dynamic. You're just talking out of your ass. That's all. You're talking out of your rear end, right? And that's okay. That's what you want to do, right? But you're invested in the story, and that's great. You're invested in the story. You drop everything to be here, just like MJ does, right? And the more and more I catch you in the lie, and I expose the truth about your garbage, the more triggered you get to want to troll. Because you're emotionally reactive, sir. All of you are very emotionally overreactive people. You can't contain your emotions because you're struggling to find inner peace and self-love, right? You're struggling to find inner peace and self-love. And hey, you know what? We all go through that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with how you're feeling, but it's never going to change for the better unless you take the proper action to get the right help. You're thinking coming out here on YouTube and projecting your insecurities onto other YouTubers that you perceive to be better than you are. You believe that that's going to give you a false sense of power and a false sense of worth and a false sense of purpose, right? And in your head, you're internally combusting. You're in a big rage, right? And I'm just taking a nice walk at the park, all cool, calm, and collected, right? Well, I don't even know who you are. I don't even know what that means, so I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. I think I'm going to walk around the neighborhood this time. Or you know what? I might just take a different way. You know, it is Black Friday, but it feels like Saturday. It feels like a Saturday today, and that's because this is a long 4-day weekend. All channels made in the last 4 days. Well, of course, it's the same person in Louisiana, Tia, right? Well, he prepares a bunch of soccer accounts. Once he's able to get them to bypass YouTube and Google's verification, he can change the names dynamically on the fly. So he'll preload them up. Yeah, you know. But you know what, Tia? He's a fan. He's a big fan, just like MJ is. And, you know, we've grown to accept it and learn that these people are big fans. Now, nothing wrong with them being big fans and insulting us, right? Well, insults, they're not good, but they're not against the law. But if they defame me, that's a different story. Yeah. I wonder if the officer is still over there. Let me take a look. Yeah, I think the officer is still there. I don't want to bother what's going on over there, so I'm just going to walk around the neighborhood for this second and final lap. Then I'll walk a little bit around the parking lot. And they don't know me here anyway. I've been doing these walks for ages. All the cops know me in Redwood City, for the most part. But anyway, give me a second here. Besides the fact that it's cold, it's a really nice night. The air is clear and fresh. I thought that was some fog over there, but over here it looks clear. It might just have been those lights, the way they were reflecting. Oh man. Hey, Lewis. Good evening, Eli, and everyone else in the chat. Lewis, how you been? Oh man, it's such a great pleasure to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. How was your Thanksgiving, Lewis? I know it's been a while. I've been very busy with this lawsuit. I don't know if you know, Lewis. I think you probably know by now, but I'm suing that guy from Florida that's been coming at me for years in a circuit civil lawsuit, and I'm representing myself pro se. I'm acting as my own attorney, and it takes just a lot of work, man. My lady and Tia are both saying hello to Lewis respectfully, maturely, and professionally, Don, and same with Tia. Tia, we're expecting 10 inches of snow. Lake effect. Oh, wow. At Lewis, how is your kitty? Yeah, how's your cat doing, Lewis? It's got to be in the 40s right now, like in the upper 40s, because I can see steam. It's not full steam, but it's starting. Yeah. As we hit into December, we're going to have some days that get into the low 40s and the high 30s. And that's where I'll be triple layered up, and you're going to be seeing steam coming out of my mouth, you know? I got to tell you, Dawn actually talked to her mother today by phone, and they had a really great conversation. They had two separate calls because she had to take another call and called on back. But I think they talked for 2 hours, babe. They had a great conversation, and yeah, Dawn's mom is really happy, and that's great because when she's not happy, I fear for my life. But I'm good for now. Hopefully, I'm permanently good. Tia's laughing. Yeah, but Tia, Don's mom knows that I was just protecting Don all along. That's the truth of the matter. I was. That's all I cared about. I don't want to cause issues between the family, and shit like that. But you know, I'll do anything to protect. That's her little girl to her, right? I think she realizes that now because she's gotten to know me. And again, no harm intended ever. None at all. Never. I know now she understands. Well, I've been around for over 4 years. That should speak for itself, right? A good history, right? A good history is always telling, right, Tia? Always telling. A good history is always a good tell. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a great day. It's been a great past few days. I'm very relaxed. Dawn's very relaxed. We're getting ready for the holidays are now officially here. Dawn's like, to her, the Christmas season doesn't officially start until the day after Thanksgiving. And she's probably right about that. Once we start to hit the middle of November, that's when it typically starts for me. But yeah, now Now we're looking at what? 4 weeks away from Christmas, a little less than that. Or probably just 4 weeks away from Christmas and then 5 weeks away from the new year. Sadly, I don't have a mother-in-law. She passed away 8 years ago. She was, as always, got on well with, oh, you got along well with her is what you're trying to say. Okay, so I just had to piece together what you were saying. Lewis Fuller, his tail is still down, so I think it's just swollen. Okay. Well, we wish your kitty nothing but the best. You know, I'm very protective of Don's dogs. So there are dogs now, but like I treat those dogs like they're actual human kids. Wait 1 second here. Oh, I hope she is okay. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Folks, start getting your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. I'm going to be going off the air fairly shortly after I get back to the lot, and I'll be there in about 5 to 7 minutes, maybe a little bit less. I'm just about to turn the corner. I want to get back to my lady and have some dinner and watch some shows. We're watching that Murdoch series on Hulu. It's an interesting story. Just very interesting story, and just really shows what some men will do to reach and maintain a level of success, or make it appear like they're successful when they're really not, right? It's just a really, really crazy story, right? See, I'm one that just will not shortcut the process. I'll keep working at it until it gets there, like with the GNA here and the YouTube stuff. Because I know in due time, whatever's meant to be is meant to be. But a lot of people like this Murdoch guy, to maintain his status and all the nice things he has for him and his wife and his family, he did a lot of really shady stuff. We're at the point where he's murdered his wife and his son. We're at the next episode, I believe, now, babe, right? You're still around, right? And so I'm going to come over here. We got some people coming. Yeah. Thank you, Tia, for taking care of that. Yes, says my lady. We're at 54 minutes. We're going to wrap this up at just about an hour and about 6 minutes. Do you think you've lost focus on what you're trying to achieve? Me? No. Let me know. Are you asking me that directly, Gordo? Because I have the answer. I just want to make sure that's what you're asking. Lewis Fuller says, yeah, Tia, I didn't try to go live tomorrow. I'll try again. And I did see your comment on my video. Thank you. Yeah, Gordo, let me know. Are you asking me that directly? Let me know. I'll answer your question for you. I mean, what the GNA stands for. Do I think I've lost focus on it? No, I haven't lost focus on it. Here's the thing, Gordo. A lot of people don't understand how YouTube works. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying in general, a lot of people don't understand how the YouTube algorithm works. Okay? When someone has pulled you into their drama out of your control and they've been making up false statements as facts about you, defamatory content on you as their content strategy of keeping their audience around and making money. The YouTube algorithm tends to group us all together in the same drama group, and it tends to only recommend our content to people within that group. So no new people, no matter what I were to do right now, until I get these people to stop, that's why we're in court, no matter what I do, it will not change the optics of reaching my or our intended YouTube audience. That's why we're in court. Because in order for the person that's been defaming me for years, the one I'm suing, in order for his whole thing to work, it entails continuing to feed the YouTube algorithm that his content and my content are associated, and they're not. He used to tag me in, not only on his main accounts, but all his sock accounts for years until I turned off tagging. That was affecting us even worse. That's why we turned that off. And using my name in titles and tags and descriptions and all that stuff, right? And then inciting his audience to engage regarding topics around my name through community postings and other stuff. It's basically telling YouTube that anything related to my content should be amplified and recommended to people within that group. So you understand, no matter what I would do right now, okay? A fire truck is passing by over there. No matter what I would do right now, it wouldn't make a difference. And again, that's why we're in court, because I'm looking to get a protective order to stop not only him, but everyone in his group that's acting in concert with him. All third-party people involved will be held accountable through him. If any third party does something, once I would get this protective order through this case, then he would be on the hook for $15,000 per infraction. The court would retain jurisdiction permanently. So, that's exactly where we're at. So I hope that makes sense. Have you thought about restarting from scratch? Nope, that's not going to make any difference, Gordo. Not at all. It doesn't make a difference because they would just continue. And the new channel would be in the same position. What needs to happen is that audience and him and all of them, they need to stop amplifying defamation. They need to stop their obsession with the defamatory things and otherwise. Don't forget to hit the like button and share it out. Yes, thank you, Lewis. I understand perfectly, hence why I've asked if you've considered starting afresh. Well, If I knew for a fact that would make a difference, I would. But I know for a fact it would not, because that's not how the YouTube algorithm works. I would still be containing, I would still be doing similar content. They would still be doing the same thing. YouTube would still tie us all in together. These people go out of their way to do reviews on our streams and all that. What they're trying to do is continue tuning YouTube's algorithm to keep it primarily focused on recommending all my content to their audience, so that way I don't grow past this and they can continue their slander campaign, their defamation for dollars campaign, you know what I mean? We're at 60 minutes an hour, exactly. About to go to an hour and 1 minute. I see 3 thumbs up on my end. Please hit the like button. Please share this out. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lewis. I got to make this up to you, man. It's been a while. From my understanding with YouTube is that it scans your content and matches you to that target market. Well, yes, it scans your content. It also scans their content. And when they see relatable aspects like them using my name, talking about me by name, Eli, Coach Eli, all the stuff that they've done, it ties it all in. And they know that. And even though we're in this very serious circuit civil case where I've filed a lot of evidence lately and more to come, they continue to coordinate through many other creators in that group to continue trying to feed the algorithm that all of our channels are interlinked. The moment that YouTube delinks or delists my channels associated with them, that's when we take off. And that's why we're going to court, to get these people to stop. And it's not just the main creator. He's the main one. That's why he's being sued. His people are helping him actively amplify things in concert, and it makes it much worse. So, yeah. I understand, Eli. I know you have been very busy with your other personal things. It is okay. You're a good person. Thank you, Lewis. I sued the guy that's been coming at me for 8 years. You know who he is. We're in circuit civil court in Florida, and it's going to be a long battle. It's been going on for 3 months, but I'll tell you this. It's going to be at least another year before this case is anywhere near over. There are going to be a lot of stages. You know, we still have the motion to dismiss / anti-SLAPP. We have discovery. We're going to have depositions, right? I mean, there's a lot. And then, if we can't resolve it with the settlement before the trial date, we go to trial. And it's going to be a jury trial if we go to trial. So, you know. Anyway. 63 minutes, an hour and 3 minutes. I gotta go, babe. If you have anything you want to put in there, put it in there right now, because we're wrapping this up. If there's anything you want to put in there, I'm just waiting for you. There she is. Goals that are not written are just wishes. Put them in action. Happy holidays. Absolutely. Love you all. Again, hope you all had a great Thanksgiving yesterday. If you're watching this on the replay, please comment and let us know how was your Thanksgiving. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. Don and I and the rest of the team. Thank you, Tia. Thank you, Lewis, for being here. You made my night, Lewis. Thank you. You're very welcome, Tia. And as always, Dawn, my lovely lady Dawn, respectfully and maturely and professionally. And also you, Gordo, and I'll get to unbanning your channel tonight. I'm sorry. I've loaded it in. I also looked into chapters, etc. I even use Gemini to write the description for my videos. Oh, you mean like ChatGPT? Yeah, ChatGPT is really good at doing all that type of stuff. Just make sure you put it in your own words. AI is helpful for that side of YouTube. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'll do some AI videos on how to properly use it down the road. But thank you all. 65 minutes, an hour and 5 minutes, 32 in the box, 5 thumbs up. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. See you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Lewis says, have a great night, everyone. And I will see you all, guys, tomorrow by 7. Respect and always respect each other. Yeah, go to Lewis Fuller's channel. Lewis Fuller, Louis space Fuller, or at Lewis Fuller 85, I believe is what it is. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. See you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Love you all.